Hi everyone, welcome to Craft Addict K. I'm Carla and I'm going to do this video a little bit different. I have been struggling. I haven't done a video since, I want to say August. So you missed me September, you missed me, and now we're rounding out the end of October. And my projects are piling up, my haul is piling up. I've been to Galleria, I have been to a couple of retreats since Grace Notes, so there's a lot to share. So I am going to be recording over the next few days in segments, and I'm going to edit it all together and hope that it works out for the best, because I can take a little bit of time versus taking a whole big long time to try and do the videos. So bear with me. If you are new, welcome. This is a channel about cross stitch and a lot of other crafty things that I do, but mostly you're going to see about cross stitch. And today is, when we started this excursion, is October 24th, 2023. I believe this is my third year. I'm going to have to check and see. I think I started doing videos in 2019, but I'm going to double check that. I'm not 100% sure. And I don't number my videos, which I definitely should, and I don't. So, if you're new, sit back. This is going to be a long one. I may change wardrobe a couple of different times. I'm trying to mess with the lighting so you don't have the reflection of my circle light, which is, you can't see, it's off camera, but it's over there. So if you're interested in haul, if you're interested to see what I've been cross stitching over the last 2 months, if you're interested in planning what I'm planning on doing in the next year, please come back and join me. Hi everyone. This is odd for me because I don't usually have my videos broken up into sections, so please bear with me. I'm videoing currently in our spare room that I moved all of my finishes, or not my finishes, but my whips into, so that I could do a video because I was getting overwhelmed with them sitting out in my stitching space. So I decided today was the day. Forgive the glare. I'm trying to use as much natural lighting as I can. As you can tell, my glasses kind of gotten some of that when I was trying to open windows. It's a very sunny day here, and you could tell in my voice I picked up a cold at my last retreat that I was at, and but if I don't get this video done, I don't think I will get it done, and I want to show you. I've had 2 finishes since the last time we talked, which was in August. So this month I have September and October whips together. I'm going to try and make it as quick as I possibly can. You probably won't see where I started from. It's just going to be, hey, here's where I'm at. At the end of the year, I'm going to do a whip parade for next year, and we'll see which whips are going to make it into my list for next year that I'm going to be stitching on. So we're just going to go for it. So 2 finishes. I had a finish, a start, a finish, and a fully finished, the same project. It is called Bumble Bear, and it is by The Blue Flower. I purchased the pattern at Color and Cotton. I stitched it in Color and Cotton Plus. I converted everything to Color and Cotton. I fully finished it on a wine box and gifted that as a smalls exchange in the Western PA, Eastern Ohio retreat at the beginning of October. So I'm going to insert a picture here of the FFO. The other finish I had was truly a November 1st finish, but I'm going to show you anyways because I want to fully finish this one. I think I'm going to try to fully finish this one on my own. This is Heartstring Sampler's Prairie Life Sampler. I started it November 19th of 2020, and I finished it November 1st of 2023. Not that it was a hard stitch, it wasn't. I did change some of the colors so it worked on my fabric. It's a 32 count platinum. And I did 32 count platinum Zweigert fabric, and I did change, like I put the white for the, ooh, can't get up there too close. I put white on the wagon, on the quilt, mainly because, on the lamp down below, mainly because my fabric and the colors it called for blended in too closely, I felt. So, I'm sorry, I have not ironed it yet, but I did take some prerogatives. I'm going to use my chest here. Let's see. I took some artistic, we'll say artistic, what do they call it? when I made it my own. Okay, so I put my initials here, KJP, the date 2023 when I finished. I put my husband's initials here, NP, and a junior, because he doesn't have a middle name, it's just NP Junior. And then in the stitching hoop, I put the letters of my three daughters, Megan, Rachel, and Samantha. So it has an M, an R, and an S. Can I get it up close without glaring out with the sun? Let's see. Can you see? Oh, that's awful. It's not really showing you. I'm trying. There we go. There we go. RSM, NP Junior. So that was my take, but here you can see a little bit closer. I've got sun reflection, so it's casting shadows on what's in front of the, there we go. Hopefully you can see. And I told him, this is based off of Little House on the Prairie. Boy, I wish I could, there we go. So there's the three girls and Carolyn and Charles, of course. But, you know, I told my husband that's our three girls and me and him up there. So why not? Not that we live in a cabin in the woods, but really fun stitch. I really enjoyed it. So that's a finish. Yay! All right. So those were my two finishes. And I know on Prairie Life Sampler, in the month of October, I did over 4,000 stitches on that to finish it. So one of the things I've been trying to do is I've been trying to do a week on a project, so I'm not changing my project so often. I'm trying to do 1 week per project, and I'm really making some great progress. So that's been a recent change in how I've been stitching. So I'm still doing my challenge groups, I'm still doing the prompts, but if it doesn't fit the prompt, either one, I don't do the prompt, or if it's offered in that group to do alternative stitches, which means you're doing extra stitches to stitch on what you want, then I'm doing the alternative stitches, and it's working very well for me. All right, so we're going to dive into the whips, and there is no particular order. I'm going to do my best to tell you how much I did on what, if I have it right here in front of me. So no particular order because I don't know. I know this one I worked on in September, Rise of the Witches. Rise of the Witches I did 1,333 stitches on, and that's as far as I've gotten. I remember on this I was working down in here. I'm trying to bring this down so I can be across, and then I was going to go with the Royal Row method. So that's what I was working on. Isn't it pretty colors? So there's Rise of the Witches. I'm trying to figure out the good place that I can show this without getting that sun glaring in. And it's, you know, I guess it is what it is. I'm not sure I understand. Ooh, Siri doesn't understand me. All right, so that's Rise of the Witches. Let's see. And this is a Rosy Night. I have not worked on this at all last year. I pulled it out this year because my plan was I needed to show. And this is what she will look like. There we go. A Rosy Night by Ching Chong Cook. I don't know. I can't say their name. Can't say his name. This is, you can tell, was an early whip because I have all my flosses on bobbins and I don't bobbinate anymore. I use floss drops now, so, but I haven't taken them off the bobbins. I'll just keep using them until they're gone. And whoop, got you upside down, backwards, and every which way. And this is where I've gotten to. So the last time I remember when I worked on this, I was still up here at the very tip. So I did quite a bit along here on her wings. I did 1,428 stitches on her this time when I had it out. So she won't be very big, but it is fun to stitch because of the purples. I am enjoying that, and I'm getting close to the hair. So, you know, I'm having fun. Again, I am definitely a process stitcher. If you're new to my channel, I'm all about the process. If it doesn't get finished, it doesn't get finished. I still have fun making them. I had a new start. This was my bet start. I had to start, and this is a Mirabilia Nightingale. This is her by Nora Corbett, and I opted to do her on a Under the Sea fabric called Hamlet. It's a 28 count. I'm doing this as a sal with Diana and Nikki from Pop Culture because Nikki made a bet with me. I lost the bet. And if you watch my video, you know what that bet was. and I said I would make sure I have this in the right direction. I think this is the right direction. I did 500 stitches, and I'm starting in the middle because I want to make sure I have enough fabric, and that's as far as I've gotten. So the Nightingale got stitches, 503 stitches to be exact. That's as far as I've gotten, and that could be upside down, I'm not sure, without pulling out the pattern and reorienting myself. I don't know, it's at least started. I tend to collect these pretty ones, and then I, you know, psych myself out and don't start them. So that's why she knew that and decided she was gonna really push my buttons and make me take the plunge. And I did, and I'm glad I did. I just don't know when I'll bring it back out. I will. All right, next up is Phantom of the Opera. Got a needle minder going crazy here. Phantom of the Opera is in my Garon totem bag, and I did 2,295 stitches on Phantom. This is one of my favorites to work on. One of my first early full coverage Hades. Phantom of the Opera is by Amy Stewart. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs. It's on 25 count. I am stitching one full cross over one. If you follow me, I do all my Heaven and Earth, all my full coverages are 1 over 1. I can't do tent. My brain won't let me. I just have to do the whole cross. I feel like it's incomplete if I don't, even though I know I could stitch faster if I did. So on this time when it was out, we brought out her and Phantom and worked a lot in this general area. I'm kind of coming down, worked a little bit up here in the chandeliers, a lot of Krynic up here. I've been using treasure braid instead of the Krynic, and I was gifted this really awesome needle minder. My little Phantom, he stays on here with this project. I just love that needle minder. So, and that's where, boy, if I turn it that way, I'm all in the sun. That's where we are. I think you can see it better if I stay back here, so I'll just stay back here. Don't it look nice? I just love it. Just love it. So I'm hoping next year that this will be a finish. I know I'm quite a ways with it. This is like the halfway, you know, I'm hoping it'll be a finish. And I do leave it on my Q-snaps and just, you know. This one, what I say, I had 2,295 stitches. That was a September stitch. Next up is our dressed monkey on the throne, and I've shown you this a couple of times. This one started out as a practical joke in Virtual Stitchers group that I was in. We talked about a red dress sitting on the toilet. Anyway, it ended up being this dressed monkey on the throne, and a bunch of us started this at the same time. I already have a place for this, believe it or not, in my house. It will go in our guest bathroom, where my husband thought it would be funny to take a picture of an orangutan that hangs behind at the zoo, and had it framed and it hangs in that bathroom as well. So I thought this would be fitting in there. It's a little funny anyway. So this is as far as I've gotten. I've done a lot here in her dress, working my way down. I'm working across, and then it'll be time to, I imagine the next time I bring this out, I'm going to have to roll my rods down. I'm going to have to get more stitching space. Anyway, this one is on an Aida, and it was just a piece of Aida that I had that was the right size. So, and look at my little poo emoji in my coffee, because you know what coffee does to you. All right, so that's my dress monkey on the throne. And on dress monkey, I did 2,372 stitches. Trick or Treat 2. Now this was an October stitch, and I did 3,000, I'm looking at my book, 3,893 stitches. This was an October stitch. This was 1 week of stitching, and this is where we've gotten. This is by Randall Spangler. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs. When I started, I was over in here, and I've worked my way across. I needed to get out of the leaves. I wanted to try and see if I could do like a royal rose with this. I know you can't see it. It's very hard to see, but you can see the very point of the house is right here. So I thought I'll try Royal Rose with this just because I need to get out of those leaves. And I'm glad I did. It gave me a break in the blue. And now I'm getting back into leaves on this side. And I think when I come across the next time, I'm going to hit the moon that's at the very top. So it gives me a little bit of variety going back and forth instead of at an angle. I've kind of looked at my projects a lot differently now, whether I want to go across or do the diagonal method, depending on what's going on with it, so, and where I want to get sooner. So that would be Trick or Treat. 2, Randall Spangler, Heaven and Earth Designs. I have another Randall Spangler that is Chocolate More Chocolate. This was a rack that was given to me from Corinne with Grace Notes. My daughter loves Oreo cookies. That would be Rachel. And so this was on my wish list. I was going to stitch it actually to her. And this one travels quite nicely. So it did travel with me. And Chocolate More Chocolate, I only did 561 stitches in September. But I did, let's see, another 1,892 stitches in October. And this is where I've gotten, sorry, I keep trying to turn it towards the light and it's not. So you can see the chocolate, the book back here, the little bowl is coming. So this one I have been doing on the diagonal somewhat. It's in my own improvised diagonal. It's not as strict. I kind of spider out into other things, but it does work well. So you can see from the picture, whoop, where I am. Not to the dragon yet, but still a fun stitch. And I really enjoy stitching on that one. That is definitely, it's not going to be a big one. I think it's going to be a quick, what I call quick stitch. All right. Next up, I have Alligator Girl. This one is one of my favorites to stitch on. It's hard, once I start stitching on this, it's hard for me to put it down. So I did 1,800 and, no, I fibbed. I did 1,445 stitches on this. I just really enjoy stitching on it. So this one I started as a stair step. You can see I've been down in the cabin. And now I've adapted and I've started going across as a royal row method. And I'm right here in her flowers, but you can see her hair is coming. Boy, this light's awful. Okay. Note to self, don't video in here anymore. Okay, there you go. But I really like the colors. I'm just, oh, look at the swamp like behind it. Just love it. Just love it. Really enjoy stitching on this one. This is one of mine for next year for sure. Again, that would be Alligator Girl. And I've shown you a lot of these, so most of you are probably familiar. And I apologize that this video is not going to have before and after and pictures, but I really wanted to get it out to you sooner rather than later. Next up is Sunday Delight. Sunday Delight was a rack from Joni from Virtual Stitchers, and I have been working on this one as well. This is a Randall Spangler, and I've got good progress. I'm up here. There's a knife, and I think I'm up here in the spoon. In Sunday Delight, I did 1,341 stitches in September. Worked more on the cherry jar. There's a lot of Krynic in here. Again, I've exchanged the Krynic for treasure braid. So it's got some glitter and bling. And it's not a big piece, but it'll keep me busy for a while, for sure. So that would be Sunday Delight. And I like this. I'm a big ice cream fan, so, you know. And then, there might be a few others that I didn't bring. This is in my black Cat X Stitchery bag by Tiffany. She made me some scroll bags specific for certain projects at my request. The next and final project, and you will see a lot of this one over the coming time that we're together, is my U.S. travel shelf. Look, in my travel bag. U.S. travel shelf was started by me and a Sal that we're doing together. A bunch of us are in a messaging group, and we've decided to dedicate a week a month to just stitching on the U.S. travel shelf. We started it the first week of the month, the first full week of the month. Some of us started on Friday, some of us started on Saturday, but we try and do the full week. And so we started this was a start in October, and I did 3,306 stitches on it the first time I had it out. It is a big one. It's an Amy Stewart design, Heaven and Earth. I'm going to try and see if I can, struggle bussing. Let me see if I can get you. Here we go. Sorry, I can't get closer than that and show you anything. So, this light. So we are down here on the shelf, and we're in the upper, I started in the upper left corner. I'm trying to do, so I'm working across this way. I'm trying to fill in here. The next time it comes out, I'm going to try and do this angle. This one I did do on a diagonal because I didn't want to be doing Royal Rose method and only be in the top border the whole time. I wanted to see some of my pictures develop as I was stitching it. It's got some snow and icicles. I believe this is a cavern that we're working on. There's going to be a lot of white in here. So I'm excited about it. It definitely ties into my road trip event that's been going on the last 2 years, which we are getting ready to release our final leg this year. And then I will be passing the baton to an Australian group that will be taking us on a tour in Australia for next year. If you're interested, I think I lost a needle minder down there. If you are interested, keep your eyes open. It's Whip Warriors. We will be opening the group. The main group will be opening at the end of this month. And I'm not sure when they'll be opening up the road trip, but you will definitely be in the know when that happens. So keep your eyes open for that. Otherwise, I think that's it. Those are all of my whips. Have a great day, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the video where I show my haul and I talk about the retreats that I've been in the last 2 months. And hopefully, as we progress over the rest of this year, I will get us a end of November video, and my end of December will be a whip parade, and we'll start January fresh and new with a new format. So I'm excited. I've got some plans, and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so you're back. So you're still here. So we're going to talk, the last time I videoed, it was about the Grace Notes retreat, which was fantastic. Sign-ups are already up for next year. So if you're interested, look up Grace Notes on Facebook. They have a Google sheet you can sign up, a Google form you can sign up on their list. It will be, I believe it is next August. I have to look at my planner. It is next August. All the details are there. If you're in Allentown, Pennsylvania, or anywhere close to that area that you want to come in, it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, ends on Sunday, and it was a fantastic time. I will be there. I hope to see you all there too. So check out the Grace Notes Fabrics. If you're curious, you can look at my last video. And I reviewed the retreat. It was their first one. This will be their second one, and I'm one of the helper bees. So I'm excited about that. I also went to Galleria, and I have gone to the Western PA, Eastern Ohio retreat group that meets up in, I want to say it's in Niles, Ohio. It's a little bit less, that group, I should say, is a little bit less formal. More of a sitting stitching. There's about 40 of us that went. I will put videos at the end because I did do a video of the Smalls Exchange, and hopefully I will remember to bring my Smalls Exchange that I got back to show you on a subsequent section of this video because it's in my office on my desk. And so that's a great group. It's open. Check them out. Western PA, Eastern Ohio retreat group. I will try to remember to put the link in the description box below for them if you're interested in joining. We do have meetups periodically. Ladies will get together. So if you're in Eastern Ohio, Western Pennsylvania, definitely worth a peruse to join the group. Excuse me. I just had dinner, just come home from work. Hurried up, make my dinner. So this section, let's talk about Galleria. Galleria, if you don't know, it is held on the eastern side of Missouri in a big hotel, and I will insert pictures in the video so you will see. And basically, it is like the Nashville market that is exclusive to only shop owners. However, the Galleria is open to anyone. So I got the year ticket per se, and it was $55. And I got to check in Thursday night to do some shopping, some pre-shopping Thursday night. Friday it's open to the public. Saturday's open to the public, and then they ended on Sunday. So I think they ended on Sunday. Ooh. Maybe it was Saturday. I think they ended Saturday. After 5, it closed on Saturday. So basically, they took the whole 3rd floor of this convention center in the atrium of the hotel that's attached to the convention center. And all of these shops and designers and fabric dyers and all the things had set up their rooms to be like little shops. They had Silver Creek Sampling was there. Jan Hicks Creates was there. Live to Die Fabrics, or Love LA, Love to Die LA, Die LA. They came from California. They were there. There was a lot that was there, and it's a shopping excursion. So forewarning, it's not necessarily what I would call a retreat, although some groups were doing retreats in the convention rooms at the hotel for their group. That was probably a local group. It's not typically a retreat. The Galleria, they do have 2 stitching rooms, but I'll be honest, the rooms were pretty much filled whenever we got there Thursday. So I was fortunate enough to have a small group of us that had reserved a room early in the year, and it worked out, and I had a home base to stitch and to go shopping and come back and stitch and visit with friends, and it was really a great time. Almost all of the moderator and admins from Whip Warriors was there. Some of us, that was the first time we've met in person, so that was really cool. And I will insert pictures either here, or I may insert them at the end of the video, whichever I have time to do. So, but we had a great time, and I didn't think I would go back whenever I was on my way there. It was a 10-hour drive for me. My sister and I drove. But after I was there, not even 5 minutes, I was like, oh yeah, we need to come back. So it is definitely someplace to go, but be prepared to do some shopping. Seeing designers, talking with designers, seeing all the model stitches about was amazing. For me, even more so, because I don't have a local shop to me. If I did, that'd be great, but my closest local shop is over an hour away, and it's not really big cross stitch. It's more embroidery stuff. So it's a few hours for me to get to what I consider a quality cross stitch shop. So that was really neat. Okay, but I want to talk about haul. So this is what I got when I was at Galleria. And this might be at the end or the beginning of the video, I'm not sure. So I have my bag. Sorry for the crinkles, but this stuff is building up around me. So first thing I'm going to show you is I met with Jamie, my dear friend Jamie, and she had a pattern that I was interested in, and she passed it on to me, called the Colorful Cow. This was something she thought she would stitch, but she didn't stitch it. But she's got all the floss. I just need to put my fabric, and then I've got this from her. So that's not really a haul, but it's definitely a stitchy kindness. So I'm kind of excited about that. And I'm just going to show you as I pull them out, because honestly, and I don't even think I have everything. This was another stitchy kindness. This was made by my dear friend Karen. And isn't this neat? It's a notebook. And she had made a bunch of them. Happy Galleria. I had her autograph it, and she autographed it. Happy Galleria from your friend. But it's a notebook, and it's like a sleeve. How cool is that? So I thought that was really neat. Very inventive. I am not that skilled. And then she had this design sewn on it. I am not that skilled. She kept saying, oh, it was no big deal. For somebody like me, definitely a big deal. Love it. See, now that I've shown it, I get to use it. Okay. Then, at Galleria, they had a raffle. So you could put your name in the raffle drawing. And out of the 15 of us that were in the room, I think 11 of us from my group walked away with a raffle prize. So, I mean, they were doing prizes both days. So, I won a raffle prize. And what I got was the Just Pins for Fun cross stitch. So this is what I got in my raffle win. I thought that was cute. I will definitely use it. But isn't that neat? And it's got a little honeybee on there. So that was my raffle prize. And I'm trying to, like, where do I put it? I have a 3-tier shelf over here to my right. So when in doubt, it goes on the shelf. I picked up, or actually I take that back. I did not pick this up. I went to Manny Donna's shop and was checking out, bought some patterns. I'm sure they're in here. But when I was checking out, she threw this into my bag and she said, here, this is for you. It was really interesting talking to her. She's from Italy. I asked her about, like, in Italy, do they cross stitch? Is that a medium that they do over there? And she said, not really. They have a different art medium there. She does most of her business in the United States. And she comes periodically throughout the year and does classes and does things like Nashville and Galleria. And it was really just wonderful talking to her. Just wonderful. Anyways, so I bought some patterns, have some on my wish list that I'm going to buy at some point, but I haven't gotten there yet. And she threw this into my bag, and they are more pins. But look at those fall pins. And that's from Manny Donna. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. But these are her My Garden in Autumn pin set. And she put those in for free. So cool. So cool. I was so impressed with her designs, because for somebody that doesn't live in the United States, it's not her native country per se, she really pegged the Americana feel in all of her finishes, all the models that she had there. I was truly, truly impressed. All right, so what I got from her is All Good Things. I was feeling a fall theme. So this is Manny Donna's All Good Things. And I saw the sewing machine and the quilt, and it just, and it says, give thanks for all good things, of course. Thought I got a couple others. Oh, here it is. This one, the model sold me. The model did it for me because, you know, I like Americana, my military experience, you know, anything military, I'm all in. But this is Old Main Street, and I'm sorry you're getting a glare, but it's the best I can do. Old Main Street, it says, God bless America, land that I love. Now, on the finish, the blue border and the checkered gingham was fabric. So the actual pattern is this stitched part. The other stuff was fabric that she had as the background that she finished. I thought that was neat. But when you looked at it, initially I thought it was stitched until I looked closer. That's how, I mean, her finishes was stunning. Went to the Mindful Needle. They were also there. Mindful Needle had, of course, I had to get a couple patterns there. And I got the Happy Camper from them at the Mindful Needle. Look at the flamingo and the camper. It was the model, again, showing the model. From Mindful Needle Designs. I am now on her, in her Facebook group as well. She does put different things up, so definitely something to check out. And this isn't very big. The stitch count on this is 66 by 72. So it's not big. I think it's very doable. I also got, it was the model that did it, Quaker Birds. Look at that Quaker. Sorry if you hear my dogs barking. They tend to do that. But there's Quaker Birds. I really like that, and I thought it would make cute. Even if I broke the Quakers down and made little giveaway things with them, I thought that would be cute. But it was stunning to see the finish. Again, I'm sorry about the dogs. Okay, the other one we had, there was some freebies in like our bag, and I'm not going to show you those. But I did get a grab bag from Rosewood Manor. They had grab bags there. 6 booklets for $10. I've already kind of given some of these away. Some of them I have kept that I know that I like, that I knew I would stitch. Some of them I gave away because I don't know that I will stitch them. Fruitful Cluster Sampler was one of the 6 that was in there. Butterflies Flutter By was another one that was in there. Hold that. Sorry. Had to shut the door because the dogs were barking. And then I came back, sat down, started what I thought was recording, and I wasn't recording. So, I think the last thing I showed you was the Butterflies Flutter By. I also got Honeybee Quilt Sampler and Birdville Christmas Stocking, which I would put that on a different color fabric and change the colors, but and like the form. So, out of 6 in the grab bag for $10, I got 4 of these that I thought I would stitch. The other 2 I passed along to other stitchers that they wanted, so I don't think that all in all was a bad deal. Never know about those secret grab bags, what you might get. Okay, I just keep reaching into the bag and pulling stuff out. Oh, Silver Needle was there, and I found some stuff there. Oh, that's my Rosewood Manor receipt. Some receipts you don't want to see. So at Silver Needle, I got this Val stuff. It's If Witches Come True. If Witches Come True, I'd make a Prince of You. And I just thought that was cute. I don't know why. It was probably the model stitch. And the other thing I got from Silver Needle, and it was definitely the model stitch, I've seen this many times and have never, like, I just keep walking past it. This time I decided, no, I'm going to stitch it. So this is Teresa Kogut's Moon Dance. And the interesting thing with this is the black is not stitched. So the black is actually your fabric, and it's the oranges and yellows behind it that's stitched. I thought that was really interesting. So I'm excited to do that. Now, this is 90 wide by 130 high. So they stitched it 2/2 on 35 count linen. There's very limited floss colors on it. I think I could definitely, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors of DMC floss. That's neat. I don't know. I liked it. So, all the things I want to start, right? So these might be mixed up because I've been showing them so many times to other people. So forgive me, but Rosewood Manor threw in a freebie into the bag. Happy Halloween. This is one of her freebie patterns that she put into my bag when I checked out. I also won a mug from Rosewood Manor, but I don't have it up here, but it just had their emblem on it. She came around. I got this from Rosewood Manor, Shine Like a Sunflower. This was all model. The model does it. Like the models, when you see them, because I don't see them. So when you see them, it just does it. I just can't wait for Halloween night from Val's stuff. This was a Silver Creek sampler as well. Or not Silver Creek, I'm sorry. I purchased this at the Silver Needle. Ghosts and Goblins and Creatures of Fright. I just can't wait for Halloween night. I have a niece that is very much into owls, so I just thought that was cute. So I got it. All the cuteness. All the cuteness. Then, if you don't know, robins are one of my favorite animals. Not favorite animals, favorite birds, we'll say. I love robins. Robins come in the springtime, and for me, that's my favorite time of year. And they leave in the fall and go away. So when you first start seeing the robins, at least where I'm from, you know spring is coming. Within a few weeks, you're going to start seeing the full-blown spring weather, which is exciting. Here is Heart and Hands Robin Sampler. Isn't that neat? Look at that fat little robin. And it came with a button and a little wool that robin is sitting on for the flower to make it dimensional. I just thought it was really neat. And it's got all these little robins and blue jays, like all these little birds all around. Very neat. That's the problem when you start doing this stuff, is you're like, oh, well, I need to start this, and I need to start this. And especially when I have my plans for next year, I need to start so many things. I'm going to be in trouble. here's another planned start for next year if Jamie has her way, and that would be a Year of Gnomes it's designed by Dawn Frisk. I got this at the Mindful Needle, and check it out. These are a Year of Gnomes, but I can't show you anything but that. But each one is a relatively simple pattern. They do have some Krynic. They have some beading in there, it looks like. I was looking to see if they had a stitch count. Oh, yeah. So they're like 54-ish by 48. So looks like that's not big. If I did it on 32 count, it would end up being almost 2.81 wide by 3. And that's 32 count. Oh, there we go. Stitch count is 45 by 48. So, like, you're thinking like a 3 by 3. That could be an ornament, right? I could make those into little flat folds or do little things with them for, you know, in my office. I don't know. I like it. I'm going to be stitching those this year, so that needs to go on this side. Because, well, that's one bag down. Yay! Okay. I went shopping and I found this there somewhere. Can't remember where. I'd already bought the floss for this pattern, but I had not bought the actual pattern. I got onto 1-2-3 Stitch. I looked at the floss list. I started pulling flosses together and placed an order for the floss. Because there's Weeks, there's Crescent Colorworks, there's DMC. Now, she does have a DMC conversion. But I am just really tickled with this, and you guys are going to see why. This is by Janine McGowan, the Blue Flower, and it is called Happy Campers. So, this, I heard the mountains, wind conversing with the trees. But look at the campers, the log cabin, the flags, the bear. Look at them roasting marshmallows, the little porcupine and the beaver roasting marshmallows. Like, how cute is this? This is, look at, there's a moose over here. I'm just over the moon with this there's a little hummingbird. Where's the hummingbird? There's the hummingbird right over here. Oh, I'm enamored with this one. I've been looking at this for a long time. It's a big one. It's a lot bigger than you think. Stitch count on this is 226 wide by 191 high. So you know it's a big one. So, but it's worth it. But I don't know that it'll be a start this year, or it might be a start for next year. I haven't decided. It might replace something if I finish something. I have another package in here. Oh, I went to see the designer Silver Creek. She had little baggies like that. I went to see her, Silver Creek Sampler. She's from Pennsylvania too. I think her drive there was about 13 hours, she was telling me. I just love hers. I have a lot of her patterns. And then, of course, you know, I had to get more. So one of the ones that I got from her was You Are My Greatest Catch. Obviously, my husband is into fishing. If you followed me for very long, you'll know that. So I thought that was cute, and I could do something with that for him. The Nebby Needle, I did pick up a Quaker box top of the year. She gave me some ideas on how to finish it with the little I want to say cardboard boxes, but they're kind of cardboard boxes. They're little round. The ones that she had designs on them, like they were impressions, so they weren't solid flat. They had kind of an imprint of things around it. She said they're very hard to find, so I'll be keeping my eyes open. But I thought that was an easy smalls exchange kind of a gift to do. And it's my Quaker box at top of the year. And I think there's 4 of them in there. This one was 100%. I was walking by, looking through the window, and I saw this, and it made me laugh. And I went back downstairs, and I kept thinking about it. It kept calling to me because it made me laugh. So my director has chickens and bees and all the things, and this one just makes me laugh. So it's Meridian Designs. What the cluck? just love it. Okay, so this one I definitely would like to stitch for her. There's probably 10 DMC colors in it. 87 stitches by 89 stitches, so it's not huge, but I would love to stitch this for her as her maybe for Christmas gift next year, because I think she would get a kick out of that. So that needs to go over there. I picked up at Silver Needle. She had 2 big rooms, like almost 4 rooms if you want to think about it. The Satsuma Street. I've been, you know, seeing other people's and I really like them, so then I went ahead and got myself one to try out. And it's kind of like a, I want to say it's like a Mill Hill, but not quite like a Mill Hill. There's stitches and discs and it's the whole kit. And I'm going to give that a try. That was the only one that I really kind of liked out of the patterns that they had. And one of the things that they did also to raise money, one of the shops was selling kits. What happens at Galleria stays at Galleria. So this was the pattern that we could purchase this here. And it came with the floss thread and the, but I didn't stitch that. So, but I did give her money for her cause, and I think it was St. Jude's or something like that. All right, we are working our way down this. Still got more. I still have more. It's a lot of haul, and I don't care. I'm showing you all my haul. You don't pay my bills, so maybe you'll see something that you like too. Some of this came from Color and Cotton. So the first day we were there, a bunch of us went to Color and Cotton, and I bought fabric. I bought some patterns. I think I've been throwing stuff in this bag for so long. So hold on here. I got this off the Freebie Table. Folk Art Designs. There was something in here that I really liked. And I thought that'd be really cool to stitch. And I decided, you know what? It's on the Freebie Table. It's got flowers and stuff. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and take that and kind of see what I can do. But I really liked, there was things in there I really liked. So I grabbed that. Sorry, as I lean forward here, I dropped something on the floor. I also found this, I believe, on the Freebie Table. It's an Ink Circles Dilly, Dahlia. And it has everything on there except for the, you know, obviously the piece. But it's 95 by 95. It's a cute small. That would make a nice smalls exchange too, actually. Now I'm looking at it. Maybe that'll go to be my camp project. I've been looking for a camp project. I got from the Nebby Needle, Land That I Love. I got Primitive Needleworks. Let's see, a Noel sampler. Not sure why I got this one. It might have been on a table. Or I might have saw something and went, oh, I need to have that. I got a bag that says Trick or Treat. Oh, almost forgot. Okay, so one of the ladies came into our room she calls herself the Wicked Stepmother. This is her card. She's an Etsy shop. Her and her daughter, or actually her stepdaughter, they have hand-dyed flosses, fabrics, and a couple of things on their site, which is really cool. And they brought around Halloween treats. Well, she brought, this is so neat. This is a witch, I know you can't tell, but it is a witch wax ornament. Can you see the witch? And it had some candy, but she also has 28 count vintage black Monaco. And so she gave us a nice piece that we could play with and do stuff with. And so, look. So, and I'm kind of anxious to try some black and see, because I've never stitched on black. I know there's all kinds of tricks to it, but this is nice. Like, you can see me through it, so I think I can stitch it. We'll see. That's kind of cool. That was really cool. So, I need to keep their card, because I don't want to lose that. And there was a needle in there that she had. I think I picked this up at Color and Cotton. It's called River Sticks. It's a linen, 36 count linen. I'm not sure if I picked that up. I think I did. But that is the fabric. Lots of haul, right? And then I think this probably came off of the freebie table as well. It's a sampler squared. I just thought all the little things, there's so much you can do with that. It's a Blue Ribbon Designs, but there's all kinds of things you could do with those. Look at little deer, little heart, like you can do different things. There's a lion, a tree. So, you know, maybe you could make a little advent calendar of sorts with it. You don't have to do the letters, but if you do, there's an alphabet for you. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. So I picked it up. Okay. And the last thing from Galleria that I wanted to share is, so when you get there, we got a goodie bag. That's what I'm going to call it, my goodie bag. And in said goodie bag, we have saved the date for the next Galleria. Oh, let me show you. It's going to be September 11th to the 14th. 2024, if you're curious and you want to go. That they also had these books made for us. Sorry, I'm trying to balance things on my chair. So these books were made, and it has all the people that were there and little notes that you could write down from each of the shops. That was in there for you when the show schedule, and it did finish on Saturday, and it was from 10 to 5 on Friday, 10 to 5 on Saturday, 6:30 to 9 for the early bird. And you could, it has their like needlepoint designs, all the things that were, all the people that were there. It gives you a map. It gave us a map of all the shops that was on that floor. They had classes, so if you wanted to take a class, I know that there were classes scheduled. All 3 days. They had all, that was the class list. All 3 days they had classes scheduled. So I thought that was neat. The other thing that we got from Galleria is this came actually from Kelly Stadola. And Kelly Stadola is from That's So Kelly. I will try and put her link also down below if I can remember. But she has a website, www.that'ssokelly.com. Right there. And part of what was in our bag was one of her, with a little ring, one of her thread catchers. But check it out. It's got Stay, Stitch, Stash, Galleria, these houses. There's holes here for your floss drops. It's like a laminated, it's sturdy. And then this is like a thread catcher that's kind of has a felt feel. And there's also a needle minder here. So, and the needle minder does come off. See? Minder of the Galleria. You know, we're Galleria on there. And she made that and made that part of our goodie bags. And I thought that was fantastically nice and giving of her. She also provided us with labels so that you could write, like use little sticky labels for on the back of what is in each one. Kind of labels your stuff. You could, I guess you could probably have room to put it right here across the top too if you wanted. They're small little round labels. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't see it, but they're little round labels. So, how about that for some haul? I know all of you were interested in my Galleria haul. So that would be the Galleria haul. I have other haul, but that might come in another video. So the next time you see me, I am either going to have, actually, I think I'm going to put the Galleria at the end of the video. So if this is it, I'm going to tell you so long. I hope to do this again and kind of break my videos up if this works, so that you can get what I do each week. And at the end of the month, I will put up a mass video with everything and kind of vlog style it for the month. So when I can and I have time and I can sit and talk with you, I want to be able to do that and share some things with you. So hopefully you weren't too bored and you had a great time and you stuck around to see the videos and the pictures that I will insert at the end of this video. Thanks everybody. See you next time. Happy stitching.
Okay, I'm an idiot. I didn't get the picture right. I'll hand it back to you. Give me 1 second. I took the word off. Never claimed to be a
forever, ever.
Across the street, in the plaza. Yeah.
Those are some cool ones. Oh, birdhouse is neat.
They were.
Did she get the frog prize? Oh, yeah. I put myself on the chair. Yeah, I know. Cool.